Hi, this video clip explains how to get an exponential equation from a graph and how to go from an exponential equation to a graph. So y equals 3 times 2 raised to the x power. So if x is 0, then I have 3 times 2 raised to the 0, which is 3 times 2. I'm sorry, it's 3 times anything to the 0 power is 1. So that's 3 times 1, which is 3. So when x is 0, y is 3. And when x is 1, 3 times 2 to the 1 is 2, so that would be 3 times 2, which is 6. So x is 1, y is 6. And if we go in the negative direction, so that would be 3 times 2 to the negative 1. Well, let's back up a minute and see what a negative power does. Okay, so if I have so 2 to the 1 is 2, 2 to the 2 is 4. So if I come backwards, I could say 2 squared is 4, 2 to the first is 4 divided by 2, which is 2. So 2 to the 0 is 2 divided by 2, which is 1. So 2 to the negative 1 is 1 divided by 2, which is 1/2. So this would be 3 times 1/2, which is 1.5. So it'd be right there. And so this exponential equation is going to graph something like that. Now, as you get more negative and more negative, you get closer to 0, but you never really reach 0. So it's called an asymptote. And it goes extremely large. So the next one after 6 would be 12. So it grows fairly fast. 10 times 0.5 to the x. So when x is 0, 10 times anything to 0 is 1. So that one's x is 0, y is 1. And x is 2. So 0.5, well, x is 1. So 10 times 0.5 would be 5. So x is 1, yeah, there's a 5. And 0.5 squared would be 0.25. So 1/4 of 10 would be 2.5. So x is 2, 2.5. And it keeps going down like that, starting very large in the negative region, but coming down, and then it's approaching 0, but not reaching it. -9 times, so when x is 0, y is -9, and 0.33 squared, I'm sorry, to the first power, 9 times 0.33 would be 3. We'll say it's exactly 1/3, so -9 times 1/3 would be -3. So, right, x is 1, y is -3, and it continues like that. So it's right there. So -9 times 0.33 squared would be 1/3 squared, which would be 1/9. So we have -9 times 1/9, which is -1. So x is 2, y is -1, and it continues that way. It approaches 0, doesn't quite reach it. Okay, so let's look at this graph and see if we can figure it out. When x is 0, y is 3. So we know y equals 3 times something, raised to the x. Whoops. We'll assume that that is the case there. So I haven't shown you anything other than that. Raised to the x power. And the next one is 6. So if I want to take the next one divided by the one before it, that says it's twice as big. So in the parentheses is going to be a 2. So I just have to use 2 points there to get that equation that matches that graph. And one more. We have this one here. When x is 0, y is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, it's a 6. So we know that y equals 6 times something raised to the x power. And the next one is a 3. So going from the next one is a 3, compare that to the previous one, that says 1/2, or we could say 0.5, but 1/2 raised to the x.